Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to Breakdown in a Day. I'm doing the state of wrestling right now, and I'm not sure what the date is. So it'll be in the title of the video. There you go. But I want to do this video because a lot has happened. I did my Royal Rumble predictions. I don't know if I got the video up or not. I don't think I did, but I did record one. Actually, no, I do think I got one up, and thinking that, I think that I didn't think I uploaded one, and I recorded the second one. But I did do, I think, sort of a laid back predictions video. I predicted Finn Balor. I'm gonna move this around real quick. Hold on, sorry, hope you don't make you seasick. Um, but I did predict Finn Balor was going to be in the Royal Rumble. Now this year is a little bit weird. I don't know what's going on with the WWE. I don't know what their thinking is. Um, but in all actuality, it's an interesting year for the WWE, and I think we're in a big transition. But in the process, they have to put on a big show for WrestleMania. They want to try and compete with Wrestle Kingdom 11. We've heard that for the past, 3 or 4 or 5 months. Well, ever since Wrestle Kingdom 11 came around. So I guess it's only been like two or 3 months, whatever. Um, but we've talked about that. And I think even before Wrestle Kingdom 11, they wanted to compete with that because they knew it was going to be a big deal. They knew it was going to be huge with AJ Styles being at it. I think the previous year, um, before he debuted at the Rumble. So a lot of things going into it, and they want to make it a big WrestleMania. So they're pulling out the marquee matches. They're not really marquee matches in our eyes. I think that's the problem. I think that's where the mistake that they're making is that they think Randy Orton and John Cena is a marquee match, and it's not a marquee match anymore. It was like 5 to 10 years ago. It was a marquee match. People wanted to see it. Now, not so much. Even if you put him in the Wyatt family, it's still Randy Orton. It's not anybody different. It's still Randy Orton, people. It's still. And after WrestleMania, I don't know. And let's talk about a little bit real quick. Let's do the SmackDown in a bit because I think that's what most people are interested in. Nobody cares about the Raw thing because Goldberg's going to win the flipping title. The only thing that will change at the Raw main event, just real briefly talking about it, is that actually, we'll just go ahead and get it out of the way since I got to go into it right now. Goldberg's probably going to win the championship. The only thing that would make things different, Goldberg defending the championship against Lesnar is what's pretty much straight line. That's what's going to happen. People expect that now. So if WWE want to go in a different way, they would have Owens retain. But then their plans for Jericho to defend the championship against Kevin Owens at WrestleMania would kind of have to be probably changed and have him drop the title to somebody else to add another match onto the card. And I think the way people were talking is they already have like a decent amount of matches for WrestleMania already pretty much clear. So we'll get into that. So number one, we definitely got Goldberg versus Lesnar at WrestleMania. Whether the World Championship or the Universal Championship is involved, it's up in the air. If they decide to shock us, but I don't think they're going to shock us. I think it's going to be a straightforward thing. Rumors is that Lesnar is facing Kevin Owens at like a house show like 2 days after Fastlane, so that may play into it. Supposedly the championship is supposed to be on the line, so this is where it gets a little bit tricky. Is that one is Goldberg going to face Lesnar for the championship, or is Lesnar going to face Goldberg for the championship? That could be a different story that would make it a lot more interesting. And then to take a step back and actually to talk more about Raw, which I didn't want to, it makes it more interesting, and this is how I would like it. I would like for somehow Jericho to get crazy and cost Goldberg the opportunity to face Owens. And I like the altercation between Jericho and Goldberg. I thought that was interesting that had happened. And I forgot I had food going on, so I'm going to bring you in here as I cook my food, and hopefully you don't see the messy house. I'm going to place you right here. Is there no water over here? Okay, there's no water over here. I'm going to do my noodles really quick. You can see me over here doing. Let me see everything up top there. It's a bunch of big old mess over here. But yeah. So the noodles are done. Let me cook this. I'm making. Let me show you what I'm making. Oh, I threw the thing away. It's some kind of bacon, Velveeta. But let me go ahead and dump this out and continue talking. But Jericho and Goldberg had a really good feud going on. So I don't want. I just lost some noodles. But that was a really good feud. So the only other thing that they could do is have Owens say, "Well, you cost me to have this match. You cost me to have this match against Goldberg. You cost me the Universal Championship." So then they could basically come around and Owens could say, "Since you cost me it, I'm going to take your belt." And it could turn heel. They could, he could basically turn heel on Jericho even more than he is. And I don't know whether he would turn babyface or Jericho would turn face. But I think Jericho would be the one to turn face, in honesty, because I think that he could basically say, hey, I did everything to help you. I've interfered in matches. I've helped you hold on to that Universal Championship as long as you did. And then they could go on, do the Universal thing. I gotta put my cheese in here. See, have a good little cheese here. Hopefully it opens, so I don't have to. If I can figure out how to open it. Oh my God. Okay. Okay. Where is the scissors? There we go. Turned into a cooking show for some reason on the Breakdown channel. Let's cut this open here. Okay. Make sure there's no cheese on the top of my thing here. Okay. Squeeze the cheese out here. But yeah, wrestling is just so weird this year, and I think that with everything going on, it's so unpredictable, and I think that Raw is just kind of the let's wait and see what happens show this year, because we don't know what's happening. We don't know if Undertaker's involved with Roman Reigns. We don't know if Strowman and Reigns are going to go all the way to WrestleMania. Um, I honestly would love to see Undertaker just not be at WrestleMania this year. That would be great. I think they're truly going to go through with the Romans Undertaker thing just to have another blockbuster match happen at WrestleMania. And I'm not totally against, I think a lot of people aren't totally against seeing Roman against The Undertaker, because it would be interesting. Here's where the problem lies. And there's still water here. I suck horribly making this. I'm going to let that sit for a while, because hopefully it will be a little better, because it's really watery. I made a mistake. Anyway, let's go back to where I was. Get you seasick again. And let's talk about this. So, yeah, Strowman, is it going to be like a Street Fighter WrestleMania, or are they going to go to Undertaker? Um, I think by way of Undertaker's health, that could be a termination. But I think Undertaker's good. He looked pretty good at Rumble. He looked like he could go. He looked like he's not very mobile. Like I said, I don't know. I think that it would be a decent match. But I mean, it would be more of a storytelling match than a barn burner of a clinic kind of a match. It's gonna be more of a story, and I just don't know if Roman can tell that kind of a story. That's why I think it's gonna be a big letdown, and it's gonna result in a lot of boos. And Undertaker not winning is gonna be bad. And I don't know, like the only thing is that Steven Larson. I love you guys. I watch you guys all the time. They mentioned that uh, about Roman turning heel, and that would be the only way it's going to work out. If not, they're wasting this match. They could have some other big match in this spot. They could have AJ and Samoa Joe. They could have some other people wrestle that would put on a hell of a match that's probably not going to be even on the card. Um, the Women's Raw Champions, or the Raw Women's Championship, Charlotte. This championship has been, I think, devalued, in my opinion. Usually when a champion holds the belt, it values the championship, I think, more. But in this case, the belt flip-flopped between Sasha and Charlotte so much, and then it just became stagnant now, since Sasha's kind of been sidestepped, because I think she does have some kind of a nagging injury right now. They're not saying that, but I think that's what it is. Um, because they don't have the belt on her right now. And I think that's one of the reasons. And I think they're trying to push forward with this Bailey thing. I just don't think it's going to work out. It's going to be boring. It's not going to be exciting. It's not going to be what everybody expected. And in turn, Bailey is going to get buried. That's my opinion. Bailey is going to get buried. It's not what I want. It's what I think is going to happen because it just has not. The Raw Women's Championship is floundering right now. It's not very good, and it shouldn't be with all the talent they have. And that's what's wrong with the WWE. They think the bigger the talent, the better kind of wrestling matches you're going to have. And when you get star caliber people, they all want to keep them all on Raw. That's not what you want to do. You want to spread the talent around. You want to get people that aren't as good to go into these feuds with these people so that they can get better and people can respect those people better. Instead, we want to have Charlotte, Sasha, Bailey, Nia Jax, who else? Emelina's going to be on there now. So that's another great wrestler. Dana Brooke is okay. She tweaked a little bit, she'd be pretty awesome. I like her. And there's somebody else. I think I'm missing somebody. Alicia Fox, isn't she on Raw, technically? So you got them. You got all these great wrestlers, but they're all on the same show. And SmackDown has, like, decent women wrestlers, but, they're having a better women's division than the Raw is right now. That shouldn't be the case. Just saying. And their world championship's better. But let's talk about the Raw Tag Team titles real quick. I'm fine with how it went down. I think New Day should have dropped the belts sooner. I think they should have dropped the belts before they broke the record, so that possibly they could have broke up, because I'm about done with the New Day, to be honest. But the club want the belts. I'm excited about that. I hope they retain at WrestleMania. I don't think they should drop the belts to anybody. I don't care who the hell it is. Enzo and Cass should not get the belts. They're not tag team material. I think that they should lose at WrestleMania, and Enzo caused them to not win the championship, teasing the breakup. Steven Larson talked about that too. I truly do believe that, though. If they're going to go in that direction, or Cesaro and Sheamus, they end up in a triple threat match at WrestleMania, which I think that would be more interesting if they go in a triple threat route, or even to have a big fatal tag team. This year, it's kind of the tag team divisions, both of them are just garbage. And I talked about my prediction is they should just have like all the tag teams in one match, and have both the titles on the line, and so they can flip flop if they need be, and have I don't know, they could do something with both the belts in the same match. I think it would be interesting, or have all the tag teams from Raw and SmackDown compete, and something they could do something. It'd be interesting. It'd be a big match, be a first. It'd be awesome, I think. But I hope the club goes over at WrestleMania. I really do. I mean, Enzo and Cass, they're okay, but they haven't really did much to wrestling wise to make people, I think, hype for them. All their hype is talking. That's all it is. They don't put on good matches, and that's, I think, what's wrong with wrestling today, is that they still think that you can talk people into seats. That's fine, but I think that era is gone. It's kind of gone by the wayside. Now, people want to see good wrestling. And you can still have these people who cannot wrestle get into these matches. As long as they have a good dance partner, they can do that. And that's the problem with, I think, today's wrestlers, is because some of the wrestlers, they can't wrestle, but they want to put the belts on them. And they want to put them against a guy that can superly wrestle. But the next time they have their title run, their next people that they face, they're exactly like the champions, which they can't really put on a match. And I think that Gallows and Anderson are kind of like that, where they're good in the ring. They're purely good. I give no crap to them, but they're not somebody who's going to go out and put a clinic on. They need somewhat a tag team that can work with them. And if you put them in a ring with Enzo and Cass, I think they're going to stink up the joint. I didn't even like their matches on Raw, so I want to see that at WrestleMania. But yeah, and then the Cruiserweight Championship is going to be the match that probably steals the show at WrestleMania. Whoever they put in that match, and maybe they're going to do it on purpose, where they put them in a match where it's not going to be as great, but hopefully they let them go out there and put it all on the line and let them do the Cruiserweight Classic style of match, and let them go out there and do it, because I think it would be super interesting, and it would put a lot of people hyping that match. It would be interesting. Even to the fact that I wish that they would go. I don't know. No, I guess they could do that. I was gonna say like, why couldn't they go and say, hey, why don't you let me do more and actually put it in the storyline and say you can't do this, can't do that. They're restricting like they're banning moves behind the scenes. They're not telling us. If they did something like that, that'd be an interesting storyline for them. But they're probably not going to do anything like that. But yeah, I'm excited for Neville. But I'm not excited for Neville in the same sense because they have all this talent in the Cruiserweight Classic, and now they're not even really using it. And then they put the belt on a guy that wasn't even in the damn tournament, the guy that should not even be in the tournament or be on the Cruiserweight division. Because here's my thing: I respect Neville. I like him as a professional wrestler, but he should be wrestling for the Intercontinental Championship. He should be wrestling for the United States Championship. He's already did his time. He's already put in his efforts. People know how good he is in the ring. But I think that hopefully this will only be a small stepping stone to where heel Neville goes after the United States Championship or goes to SmackDown this coming year and wrestles against the Intercontinental Championship and gets the belt away and puts on great matches on SmackDown. I think that would be great. I think his SmackDown would be the best role for Neville and to get off the Cruiserweight division because they don't need him. They got better wrestlers coming in that can put on a hell of a good matches. Neville's a great wrestler. He can do great matches, but I don't want to see him there. Here's the thing about SmackDown. Let's go to SmackDown. The World Heavyweight title, the WWE World Heavyweight title on SmackDown is the best thing going today in the WWE. AJ Styles held the belt. He brought it up to prominence, and then they took it away with John Cena winning the championship. It hurt bad. And the only reason is because of WrestleMania. What it sucks the most. And that I hope AJ goes to Raw and takes the belt. But I don't think it's going to happen. I think he'll be on SmackDown for another year, at least, unless they're going to pull the trigger early and swap Joe to SmackDown and AJ to Raw. I honestly think the Shield should just be on SmackDown. I think Roman needs to go to SmackDown. I think Dean needs to go to Raw. They put the wrong people on the wrong shows. It's just literally stupidity beyond belief. Because they had already did so many people with the people on Raw, and then SmackDown came around, and I don't know. But SmackDown is the most interesting show this year, or last year going into this year. So, Randy Orton supposedly going to face Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania. If they do the Cena thing, I'm not going to be interested in that match. I don't want to watch that match. That's going to be boring. I'd be more interested to see if AJ gets the belt back and Orton faces AJ at WrestleMania. That would be interesting. But they're already booking it like Cena's going to face Randy Orton and Bray's going to be in his corner. They're already booking it like that. So I kind of hope that the beatdown on SmackDown translates to Bray winning the championship with Orton facing him. But see, I don't know how that dynamic is going to work. Orton's going to turn babyface, or is Bray just going to attack him in the back after the pay-per-view, and Rowan's going to show up, and he's going to help him attack Randy Orton. Because then Harper, where's Harper go from here? He's facing Randy Orton at Elimination Chamber. So, I don't know. But then, in the back of my mind, Corbin won the Fatal 4-Way on SmackDown. Is Corbin the dark horse that no one is thinking about? Because Corbin versus Randy Orton, I'm in. I would love to see that match. Because I don't think... Have they faced each other? I think they have. I think Orton beat him one time. But even then, they booked Corbin pretty strong. If Randy Orton's RKO is the only thing that could take out Corbin, I'm in. But here's the other thing. What would it hurt to put the belt on Corbin and have Orton take it off of him at WrestleMania? What would it hurt? Nothing at all. It would make Corbin stronger. It would make him look like a legitimate main eventer, which they're trying to do. So it would not surprise me. All the vignettes about Corbin and everything like that, as well, they did 2 vignettes in the past couple months, I think, or more, trying to hype up his personality and things like that. Who knows? They could have been doing that to hype him getting pushed to the main event. Because I do think that, I mean, without doubt, I think everybody knew when he was in NXT, this guy's a WWE guy. He is definitely a WWE guy. Not future, not past, present. This guy is what Vince McMahon loves. And Vince McMahon probably says, yeah, put the belt on Corbin. And I really think that he may walk out with the title. I'm actually putting Baron Corbin first and Bray second. AJ on the back burner. Who thinks Ambrose is going to win? Who thinks The Miz? Miz could win, but I doubt it. That would be interesting with Miz taking on Randy Orton, but that would be kind of a weird dynamic. They're both kind of heels right now, and then how would they get? I don't know. There's just too many like playable characters right there. Like how would they move it around if Miz won? And Ambrose is just too funky. I think Ambrose and Miz are going to have some kind of match, or they're going to do a big. I don't think. See, I think it's just going to be Miz and Ambrose at WrestleMania. I don't think it's going to be anything special. They may do an Iron Man match or a ladder match. I think, but I think that's all it's going to be. Um, I think it's going to be some kind of stipulated matchup at WrestleMania, but I think that's all they're going to go to. Probably going to be a street fight or something, I'm assuming, because that actually makes sense for that storyline to be finished with finally, or mixed tag. Actually, that's what I'm predicting, a mixed tag. That's probably what's going to happen. But other than that, the tag team titles, American Alpha. I really wish the Revival would debut before WrestleMania. Still could happen. Ascension won the match as well, so I mean, let's be pretty frank here. You know, the winners probably doesn't mean anything. But if we were to say that does mean something, if Ascension walked out with the tag team titles, would be a great WrestleMania if you had American Alpha versus Ascension at WrestleMania wrestling for the tag team championships, and they put on a barn burner of a match. That would be awesome. I don't know if Ascension has ever put on. I kind of want to go back and watch NXT to see more of their story before, to see if they put on like any clinic of matches at their takeover shows or whatever they call them. They call them different. They didn't call them all takeover before. They call them different. But I know they were champions for almost a year, the longest reigning NXT Tag Champions. So, did they put on good matches? Can they put on a good match with American Alpha? If they can, I wouldn't be surprised if Ascension walks out with the championships. But I think American Alpha will walk out with the belts, and I think that somebody else will win the belts at Mania. Maybe Revival shows up. That'd be awesome. If Revival shows up before Mania and faces American Alpha at WrestleMania, holy crap, and Revival wins. You want to know how big that crowd will pop if the Revival beats Alpha at Mania, but whatever. Women's Championship of SmackDown. Alexa Bliss still has a championship. She's probably going to drop it to Naomi before Mania. Or Naomi's going to hold off and she's going to win at Mania. I think she's going to win at a WrestleMania. That's just my guess because it's in, I think they just said, like, WrestleMania is going to be in Texas this year. So, yeah. Somebody here? No, she's not. They're not here. Okay. But I don't think I have anything else to say. As this WrestleMania is super unpredictable. This is State of Wrestling. There may be one more of these before WrestleMania to kind of clear up everything that's happened before WrestleMania, directly before WrestleMania. As far as everything goes, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later.